with, you were mentioning cosplay, you've seen cosplay Carls, we have webtoon Carl, we have audiobook Carl, we have hardback cover Carl experience, with so many different experiences to take on Carl. Is this, how are you feeling? We're here at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, it's insane.
It's insane that this is all happening so fast.
I remember the first time I saw cosplay. I don't even remember what convention it was at. It was a small convention, and I was sitting there. This is like 2.5, 3 years ago, and someone walked around the corner and they were wearing heart boxers. I'm like, that's kind of funny. They look, kind of like they're dressed up like Carl. And then I was like, holy shit, they are. And now I every time I see a cosplay, I save it on my phone, and I have over 1,000 of them now.
Yeah, I almost wore my Crocs today just because of Carl. So,
I mean, I never expected anything like that in a million years. I mean, I didn't even know people cosplayed book characters. I mean, I noticed someone had done Gideon the Ninth, that book, the face once, and I was like, that's cool. They're cosplaying a book. That's really neat. I never really thought people did that, other than books that end up into movies. But no, it's pretty wild.
Now, the book series have fallen into the lit RPG, which is role-playing games. I just want to know if you actually do role-playing games yourself, and do you get inspiration, like for example, the Dragonlance series. Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, they do D&D games, and they actually utilize their own buddies into their fiction. Do you do the same thing with yourself?
I've been playing games my whole life. I think it was more video game inspired, Carl specifically, but I played Dungeons and Dragons since I was a little kid. I moved around a lot, so I didn't really have too many regular games. Sometimes I would just play by myself. I would make up a module and then self-play it. Sometimes I'll put G.I. Joe and Transformers characters through it, and it's true. I used to write G.I. Joe and Transformer fan fiction.
Oh, nice. That's amazing.
I know. And now they're finally doing comic crop, but that's another story. But I played lots and lots of video games, lots of tabletop games, mostly Dungeons and Dragons. There's so many out there. I just haven't had the friend groups to do so when I was a kid. And now that I've gotten older, what happens is you get so busy, and then the only time I play games is at these things. I go to conventions to spend time with, fans and friends. And
can I get an interview question in real quick?
Yeah.
The G.I. Joe and Transformer comics are really huge right now.
Right.
They're some of the biggest comics on the market. Would you consider writing for those?
if they asked me, I would.
Oh, right.
I would love to.
I gotta try and make something happen there.
IDW.
No, it's Image right now.
Image right now.
Yeah, it's Image. It is Kirkman's imprint.
He's here this weekend.
Is he? Let's go visit him.
Bring your fan fiction.
Yeah.
Go find it.
I wrote it when I was in the 3rd grade, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
probably
great. Yeah,
Amazing.
Tear it out of the notebooks.
There you go.
I remember it was Destro in his car. I can't remember what his car's called. It was actually an Autobot, trying to anyway.
Jeff, for you narrate obviously the series. So how did you find your voice for it, and how much conversation did you have with?
It was pretty instant. I looked at the very first Dungeon Crawler Carl cover. Looked like a big, chilled, beefy dude. And so to me, that's easy typecast Patrick Warburton. So I did my best Patrick Warburton impression for him. Matt liked it immediately, so it just worked out that way. I make decisions on character voices very instinctually. It's not really a decision-making process. It's just boop, okay, I'll try this one. But as most listeners will have discovered, his voice has changed quite a bit over the series, and now it's very much the Patrick Warburton impression is just kind of a shadow behind the voice now. Something that just kind of once in a while tickles your brain. I think he sounds like Carl now, and he's just got his own unique voice. So,
Say "God-damn it, donut" in both versions.
Okay, "God damn it, donut" would be from book 1. Now it's "God damn it, donut." So, like, yeah, it's gotten a bit deeper, a bit less cartoony. You know, I feel like,
Seeing a little bit more stuff.
yeah, exactly.
He's had experiences.
Yeah. Sorry?
He's had experiences.
Yes.
Lots of experiences.
Yeah,
And so have you. I mean, someone with hair like that can't have not had experiences.
it's true. This is all trauma.
Matt, well, you know, you hear the voices of your characters in your head as you're writing them. What did it mean to you to hear them from Jeff? Were there any notes, or was something surprising where it's like, oh yeah, that's actually a lot better than what I thought it could have been?
Oh, first off, it's terrible because now when I write, I have to keep coming up with new characters just to get his voices out of my head. When I write Carl and Donut and Ellie and Louie and all of them, like the reoccurring characters, all I hear is his voice literally while I'm typing it. I said this in the last interview, and I'll keep saying it. If I don't like the voice he does, I'll just kill the character.
I'm sorry, that's one of my favorite things.
It's absolutely
You
true.
killed a bunch of patrons, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the table.
Yeah, anyone's on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, you better keep your donut voice up. But
Okay. All right.
But a lot of times he does a voice and I don't have a voice in my head, and then I finally hear it and I think, it's perfect. His instincts are really good. That's what my favorite thing about Jeff is that he actually understands the words as he reads them, as opposed to someone that's just reading for the sake of reading. A lot of times you listen to audiobooks and you can kind of tell that the narrator's kind of tuned out. They're on autopilot, and that's definitely not the case with Jeff.
Yeah. Kind of like a two-part, just one for each of you real quick. With like how this is going to be one of the biggest fantasy, I think is going to be one of the biggest fantasy franchises that we're going to see in a long time. I think we're really going to have a cultural footstone here. In such like a crowded space with like dungeon crawlers, like solo leveling, like the fantasy's back. We're doing TTRPGs and that kind of storytelling and everything. So for you, where do you see it ending? We have Invincible. We mentioned Kirkman earlier. Invincible 3v3 game is coming out. I could totally see us playing a video game based in this world. I think Carl's kind of like an everyman. So I think works very well in multiple genres, especially now with the webtoon. So where do you see it ending?
Well, we do have the webtoon coming out.
It's fantastic, by the way. So good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We may or may not have a live action television series coming out that's in development, and you never know what's going to happen with that stuff until it does. But we're also working on tabletop. Nothing cool to report just yet. I don't know if there's any movement in the video game space, but hopefully one day we will have that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
we're gonna have like toys and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too like in the merch weeds because I have to remember that I'm here because of what I do there in my room with the computer, and I have to focus on that. But I would like to see more stuff. I don't anticipate writing more novels once I'm done with like probably about 10 books, but I would like to see other stuff from other points of view that are concurrent with Carl.
Yeah, I think
stuff
one of the best things about the webtoon series for me is that it's a little bit more stylized than like you're back to like there's different versions of Carl, at least in my head. The webtoons is just the next one.
Right, and it's very webtoon centric.
Yeah,
a lot of people
it
didn't
plays
like
to it.
Carl, but the webtoons fans.
And I mean, as I'm sure, I did a deep dive on the TikTok, and I'm sure you see the reviews. And I was telling my buddy as I'm trying to get him into it that people were really like, "Why does he look so different?" But
So
like he's an everyman. Like that, you're supposed to put yourself. We're in his head all the time.
He's like 45 in webtoon years.
Yeah, right? it just works very well. And then Jay, for you, I mean, we were doing a table read in Dragon Con like 2021, 2022, right? Like in a small room.
Yeah.
Now you're here at Comic Con. What is that like for you?
It's fantastic. I love it. Audible flew me out here.
Yeah.
And they
What is
did
that
his
like?
hair.
What is that like? Talk about it.
They did his hair.
They had a stylist come to my room yesterday and today. It's sick.
They offered me a stylist. I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then he's all like,
You know what?
You did this all yourself? Is that what you're
They
saying?
offered, I accepted. But it's fantastic, and not only is it great to get support from outside, but my company has always been a proponent of back up our IP, especially if it's got traction, and so we do everything we can as well to promote Dungeon Crawler Carl. We threw our own convention last weekend, Lit
Yeah.
RPG Con.
Yeah.
And
Huge.
most of the attendees were Dungeon Crawler Carl fanatics, you know, and being able to have this pillar of the genre under our umbrella has been an incredible boon. And I think even my favorite part is just how much of an effect we're having on people's lives. So many people have told me, I've listened to the entire series 6, 10, 20 times, and that's incredible to me because when I've always wanted to be a musician. You know, music is where I come from. And for me, I listen to my favorite albums over and over and over. And to put an audiobook in that realm where it's like it's people's comfort listen, you know, it helps them get through the day, and all they want to do when they're finished is to start right back over. That is a gift I could never have imagined I could receive. Like it's so gratifying, and I'm so happy with how much people enjoy it. Really.
Thank you.